Hi, welcome to our first online general chemistry lab. So hopefully this goes okay. Please give me any feedback, ask any questions that you need at any time by phone, email, or on Canvas. So this week in lab we're going to continue our titration. So we have the acetic acid determination in vinegar by titration, and then next week we're going to determine the concentration of sodium hydroxide that we've been using in our burette for our titration experiments to actually figure out the exact concentration of it, since we use that for all of the calculations. So we got to make sure that one is accurate, but we'll talk more about that next week. So today in lab we're going to figure out the concentration of acetic acid in vinegar, and we're going to do that by an acid-base reaction. Acetic acid is not one of the 6 strong acids, it's weak. So really we have an equilibrium reaction going on here. Really it looks like only a teeny bit this way, a majority of it is in that direction. Okay, nevertheless we have an acid and a base reaction forming water, and this is our salt over here, sodium acetate. All right, so same setup as last week. We're going to put our sodium hydroxide, 0.100 molar sodium hydroxide, in our burette, and we're going to titrate that into our vinegar that's in our flasks. Okay, we're going to do the same setup. We're going to run a scout, that's our A, and then B, C, and D are going to be our 3 trials that we're going to then average. Okay, the way that the procedure calls for is we're going to pipette with a volumetric pipette with the bulb. 2.50 milliliters is how we would record that in our notebook, right? Because we're using volumetric pipette. So I put 2.5 milliliters of vinegar into each of the 4 flasks. I also put 3 drops of our phenolphthalein in, and then finally I put 30 milliliters of water. I measured that with a graduated cylinder, so that should be 30.0 milliliters that I would record in my notebook. Okay, all 3 of these solutions as they appear are colorless. Okay, all right, so we know the concentration of sodium hydroxide. In our experiment we're going to titrate till we get to the end point, which will be the color change that will signal us to stop. Right? We will use that volume and the molarity of the sodium hydroxide that we're titrating. Right? So volume of sodium hydroxide, molarity of sodium hydroxide allows us to calculate a specific unit, which will be our moles. Right? So we know moles of sodium hydroxide. We can use the 1-to-1 mole ratio of sodium hydroxide to acetic acid to convert to moles of acetic acid. Right? Once we do that, we're going to then figure out the molarity of acetic acid. So we have our moles of acetic acid. We need to put liters on the bottom, right? Liters of the vinegar that we titrated will then give us our molarity from that calculation. From there, the final step is you're going to convert molarity, okay, to mass percent. All right, that's going to be grams of acetic acid over grams of vinegar solution. Right? So if you are in moles per liter of something and we want to go to grams over grams, right, we have an additional conversion step here that we need. Moles to grams, right, that's easy. We know what unit we can use that up. You will need the molecular weight of this that you can calculate. And then liters to grams. This is a volume to a mass, mass to volume, volume to mass. That is the conversion of density. So we're going to assume that the density of the vinegar solution is the same as water. So you will need those 2 additional conversion factors to calculate to mass percent. Once you convert to mass percent, you're then going to compare it to what is reported on the label of the vinegar bottle. So I will go ahead and show you now the vinegar bottle. You read that down at the bottom there. It says 5% acidity. Okay, so in your discussion of your report, you're going to compare your calculated from your titration to the reported that is on the label of 5%. Okay, and you would want to discuss that to compare your accuracy as part of your report. Okay? All right, so let's get started. All right, great. So I have everything set up here. All right, I have my stand, my burette. I have my burette filled with my 0.100 molar of sodium hydroxide. Okay, so we can see that to record. The color of it is clear. Okay. I got that filled all the way up to 0.00 on the burette. Okay. I also have my flasks already contained with everything ready to go. The A is going to be our scout, so we're going to run a quick full throttle open down to get to the end point so we know an approximate volume that then we can run it accurately on the next three. Okay, I got my wash bottle so I can wash down the side so that we don't have any splashing and everything is down in the flasks, so we're completely reacting. And I think we're ready to go. All right, so we're gonna run through the scout here real quick, and I'm gonna zoom in just on the burette and the flask so that you can see it a little bit clearer, closer up. All right, so we're gonna run our scout. We're starting at 0.00. And here we go. Ready to turn it here. Yeah, just slow my drip just a little bit. And, oh, so it still went away. Oh, there we go. Okay, so a couple more drips. I definitely had a couple more drips in there. And I went past the end point, but it was the scout, so I'm just gonna estimate.
Okay, so here is our meniscus. Focus in there a little bit. There we go, that's better. Okay, so record in your notebook the scout run. So this would be for A flask. Your meniscus according to what you see right there on the burette.
Okay, so now we're gonna run our first trial, B flask, and I'm starting back up at 0.00 on the burette. Okay, and according to our scout, I'm gonna slow it when I get close to that previous volume we just took a look at. What did one acid say to a base? Let's meet at the end point. That's so fun. Okay, so now I'm starting to see a little bit pink forming. So I'm just going to slow the drip a little bit here. I'm going to go ahead and take this time to wash down the sides of the flask. Make sure there's no acids splashed up there. And all my base going in, drips in. Okay, I'm gonna put this on a slow drip.
got a really nice and slow drip here, so I definitely will be able to stop it. So that pink is really starting to stick around. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start go ahead and start recording our volumes. For each drop here. Let's see here. Okay, let's get this drop off. Come on. Okay, so this is probably a good spot here. We're going to go ahead and start recording each volume for each drop. Which might be a little pain here for me because I'm going to go back and forth, back and forth. All right, so we're starting. Whoa, let's zoom out here. We're starting. Let's see if I can get the camera here. So we're going to start drop by drop, and the meniscus is like hiding behind this number here. That's fine. Okay, so it's right above 22. So go ahead and try to estimate that 21 point, what do you think it is there based on the meniscus? Okay. All right, so get that down. We're gonna add a drop, and then we're gonna try to hit the volume here at each drop. We'll see how this goes. That was not one drop, that was a couple drops. You can record that volume. That one there looks like it's right on 22.00. Was one drop. Go ahead. Record. There's one drop. Ooh, it's starting to stay pink a little bit longer. Not there yet. Okay. One drop. Pink sticking around there, it went away. Record that volume. Whoa, I hope I didn't overshoot it. That was a bunch of drops I put in there. Okay, good, they went away. So we're still good. There, it's focusing. It takes a few seconds for it to focus. Ooh, that was a good one. The pink got real bright, but then it did dissipate, so hopefully we are almost done here. And we're done. So that previous volume, right before that drop, was the one that you want to use. Okay, this is FLASK 3. Again, starting the burette back up at 0.00. That last FLASK on B, you may need to go back
to the video right before where we got the color change and pause it to get the volume reading from the meniscus on the burette. I had to, for me to be able to write it down, because I actually didn't give it very much time for you to do that. So you will have to go back and pause that to get that volume. Okay? All right, so we're coming down below 13 mils now. And our scout was in the 23 range, but our first B flask there, our first trial was in the 22 mil range. So I'm gonna put the slow drip on probably when we hit right at the end of 21. Give it a little wash here with my water bottle here. So we're coming down to 19 right now, and we're almost here approaching 20. So I'm gonna go ahead and just stop it. I'm right below 20. I'm gonna go ahead and stop it and give it a little rinse washing. Okay, put that back in there. And I have a lot of, there we go. Okay, so I am right below 20, and I'm gonna put it on a slow drip for a little while, and then I'll take the camera off and zoom in drip by drip like we did the last one. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do the drip by drip now. Okay, so we're still on flask C. I'm gonna start the drip by drip, but I want you to be able to get a volume reading before we get going here. Can you see there? That's a little bit better meniscus there. Okay, so we're not quite at 21. But again, you remember we want to keep recording at 2 decimal places. Okay, so I'm gonna put a drip in, and a drip in, a drop in. Record the drop volume, and again. Not quite at 21, but really close. Now we're right below 21. It's 21.10. Meniscus is like right there on it. Nope, it's not. It's right below it. It's right below it. Okay. I think we're right below 22 or 21.2 something. I think we can estimate.
Oh, it's super close to 20.22, but I think it's right below it. Where are we at there? Down to 0.70, almost, not quite. Right, we're not quite at 22, we're right above it. hopefully this next one or two it's gonna go. We're getting close. Okay, we're right below 22, but do 2 decimal places. It kind of looks a little pink, I think, from the lighting on the video, but it's not. We're not there yet. It's pretty clear. So we're gonna do another. I'm gonna go ahead and stop and wash down the sides real quick, and then we'll pick up again. Okay, so we're getting really close. Looks like we're right there. 22.10 is what I would record. So let's get our one more drop in. Ugh, it went away. Okay. Get your volume reading. Let's see if we get it from this angle here. It's a little. We're right above the 0.2. Pink's really persisting. That is really good. It did go away. Let's hope this is the last drop. Okay, let's get our meniscus reading. Okay, I got mine. And it went away again. Okay. So it's a little below the 0.3 line. Alright, we have to be getting so close. There we went. So we want that previous volume. Okay? Previous volume. Alright, wow, all I gotta say is, am I accurate or what? Because those 2 trials there were point on. Alright. Okay, so we got our last trial here, and pretty much be done with the lab. Alright? So I'm gonna open it up. Swirl around again. We're starting at 0.00 on the burette. You also do want to make sure you got your color observations from each trial in your notebook. All right, so we're approaching 9 milliliters we've added. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, and I'm gonna slow it. I'm gonna go ahead and just wash down the sides at this point. I'm around a mil or so away. I'm going to put it on a slow drip, and hopefully we don't have to do quite as many of those drip recordings as last time. Okay, I'm going to stop it. That pink is hanging out there. Okay. So let's do one more drop and then we'll start doing the recording after each drop. Maybe not. I think we're still a little ways. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're going to record for every drop now. Okay, so let's get this recording. We're going to do drop by drop. And looks like it's right on 0.70. And put a paper towel under this. So I only have one more hand. Okay. Sorry for the blurriness. Let's focus. All right. Recording. Whoa, that was way too many. I turned the light on, but I don't think that helped any. Okay. Right above the 0.9. We're not quite on the 0.9, we're right above it. Okay, are we at 22 yet? Nope, right above 22. Pink is still in there. Okay, so we're getting really close. Meniscus is right on it. Just a teeny bit right above, but probably could record right at 22. Oh no! Whew! That was luck. Okay, I thought for sure I overshot it. Teeny bit of pink in there. Okay, I bet you this next drop is going to be bright pink. So let's definitely make sure we get this good volume. Let's see if I can get it on the side so we can estimate between the tick marks better. Okay, looks like it's not quite at the 0.1. So it's a little after the 0.1. Looks like right there on the 0.2 line. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and wash down the sides. We're super close as our previous 2 trials, so I'm going to wash down the sides real quick. Okay. Oh, it's super close. Come on. I love titrations. Not really. Okay. So let's get this reading. Alright, we're really close to our previous ones. We're actually right past it on the previous ones. So hopefully it goes in this drop. Just a teeny smidgen past it. There we go. All right. Wow. Do I got good technique or what? Oh, that's even a really pretty light pink. Yep, so that previous volume, which was almost exactly what we had before, like really, really, really close. So there you got it.
Okay, So now we have all 3 of our trials. We had our scout, we have our 3 trials, which were super good job, Dr. Fletcher. That you will then average the volumes, do 1 calculation through to get to your molarity, okay? And then that molarity you're gonna convert to mass percent, all right? Again, mass percent, you're going from moles from molarity to grams using molecular weight, volume on the end bottom of molarity unit to mass of vinegar solution. How much vinegar solution? Liters to mass, that is a density. So you're using the same density as water, okay? All right, so you have your results discussion sheet and conclusion to fill out if you need. Please email me, give me a call if you are not sure if you need to complete those or not, as well as everybody needs to turn in their evaluation sheet. Let me know if you have any questions. Stay safe and healthy. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.